Hey Queens, so this is Aisha coming at you. You may know me from my blog heyqueen.com, and this is my first video ever on YouTube. So I am here with a big announcement, kind of. My hair looks a lot different. Usually on my blog, I'm reviewing wigs or protective styling, or I'm talking about maintenance of my loose natural hair. But for some time now, I have been wanting to get, drum roll, that's a drum roll, locks. So that is what I am coming on here to tell you all. I've been wanting to get locks seriously, I would say for about 2 years. I've been wanting to get locks. And so I finally, about 2 years ago is when I had installed some 2-strand twists once I found out that you could actually start locking your hair via 2-strand twists. And that was easier for me to install myself. And 2 years ago, I put a set of 2-strand twists. I said I was going to leave in and let them lock, but due to insecurities and just not researching the lock journey process as much as I should have, because I didn't do that, it caused me to take them out. And so I had them in for it was a little over a month, and so I took them out, and they were actually starting to mat together. Like the curls were starting to wrap around each other, and probably would have started budding and locking soon, but I just felt so uncomfortable because of the length. So this time around, I was flirting with the idea of locks. I got faux locks this past summer, and it looked very pretty. A lot of times when I try to pick out a hairstyle, I take into consideration the shape and frame of my face as well as my forehead. I am a part of the Big Forehead Club, and so I did take that into account when I did install these faux locks. And then also, I really wanted to know how I would look with locked hair, and so it was a little bit of a test run. I didn't like them that much just because of how big I did them. But it was my first time installing them. So I've just been wanting to start a new journey. And so last night, it took about 4 to 5 hours for me to install my mini twists, which are now my starter locks. And so that's what I'm here to present to you all. So it's in a ponytail now. But this is it. Yep, this is it. As you can see, these are just looking like mini twists. I did them very small because I knew that I did not want thicker locks. Seeing that I did install my faux locks and they were on the thicker side, I did not think that that went well with my face. And also I know that there are more styling options for smaller locks. So I'm praying that these are maintained the same size. So as you can see, I don't really have a grid pattern. I somewhat have one, but not really. You can only stare at your head for so much or part in the mirror for so much, but it's kind of a grid, but not really. But through my research, I found out that usually the grid that you start with goes away anyways, but this is neat enough for me to still retighten them. And so yes, this took 4 to 5 hours. It's a very long time. Let me just explain a little bit about the process of what I did to install my locks. I had a protective style. I was wearing a synthetic wig named Riley, which I did a review on heyqueen.com about that. I'll link that in the description box if you want to check out that hairstyle. So the front of my hair was straightened, and I noticed that from continuing to wear that protective style, and I needed to wash my hair during that protective style, the leave out. So when I washed it, I saw that the curls had loosened up in the front. So I was a little worried about that. So I knew that when I wanted to install these locks, that I needed to do 2 deep condition for a few hours just to kind of get my curls back. And usually, and I will say that the first set of locks I installed in my hair, I did do it on stretched out hair, but this time I did not. It was stretched in a way, but not really. I just allowed my hair to air dry a little bit, and then I sectioned my hair off in 4 sections, so 2 in the front and then 2 in the back, and then I proceeded to twist. Well, actually, before I sectioned off my hair, I used olive oil and oil. This is the smallest. I don't know if you guys can see this. This is the smallest little lock that's going to be in the back of my head. So I wanted them to be small, but I didn't want them to be sister locks. Like I said, I'm really into maintaining my own hair. If I feel like it's something that I can do, then I'm not going to pay someone else to do it, unless I'm just being lazy. But most times I like to do my own hair, which is why I trusted myself with installing my own locks instead of going to a professional, because no one knows. I'm very anal when it comes to my hair, and no one knows better than I do how I want my hair. I wanted them to be smaller because I wanted more styling options. I think I have around, I lost count, honestly. I know that once I had the back done, it was about, I got 40 something back here. So I kind of maintained the same size throughout my head. So I'm guessing that I have around 90 something locks, 80 something to 90 something locks. And I think that that's a good size. I also took into account my baby hairs. My hair is very thin on the sides, as you can see. And so I knew that I had to leave that out. And I was taking into account that how my hair is now, the twists, as they lock, the hair, or I guess the lock gets heavier, and so that can weigh down on your roots. And since my hair is thinner in the front, they are small in the front, but I could have made them smaller, but I honestly just did not want that weight to thin out the front of my hair. So I kept it at a consistent small size that will be easier to handle. The front of my hair will probably be the last to lock, though, is what I'm thinking. I really love it. Today I had an orientation earlier today, and so I had the top pulled up in a little bun, and I was a little uncomfortable with it, but you know, I know that this journey is something that I'm just gonna have to learn more about my hair and just fall in love with my face again. Not saying that I just look at myself every day and I think that I'm ugly, but I do know that oftentimes I hide behind my hair because my natural hair was so big. I definitely hid behind that. Let me give you all a 360 view of them. So this is the front. This is the side. And the back. And then the other side. So stay tuned and be peaceful and be joyous and be great and successful and focused, my queens. See you later.